They may be high up in the skies, but their focus is on a giant of the deep. This is SPAG in action, the Submarine Parachute Assistance Group. Its job is to respond to submarines in distress, either on the surface or at the bottom of the ocean. The team is always on 12-hour standby to be in the air to respond to an emergency anywhere in the world, and exercise Gib Splash is putting that to the test.
So on this exercise, we're testing our capability to deploy with our equipment and personnel onto the surface of the water and then set ourselves up ready to respond should we need to help a submarine. So it's not testing our ability to assist the submarine, it's purely testing our deployment of our team. So for example, if a submarine were to have an emergency and end up in distress, stuck on the bottom of the ocean, unable to get back to the surface, they have two main options, which is to either await rescue from a submersible, such as the NATO submarine rescue system, or to conduct an escape, where they use escape suits to get to the surface. Our job is to arrive on scene as quickly as possible and establish communications with the submarine and provide advice, because we're specialists in submarine escape and rescue. Should they need to escape from the submarine, then we have specialist medical equipment and medical personnel to be able to treat them and look after them until surface forces arrive.
This week-long programme won't just benefit the UK's fleet, as the Submarine Parachute Assistance Group will respond to any nation's submarines and can adapt to their equipment as necessary. While they've never had to respond to a real-life crisis, SPAG were put on standby a few years ago.
The latest major incident was the Canadian submarine Chicoutimi in 2008, where the team were actually on standby in Galway in Ireland, ready to respond should the crew need to abandon, because she was actually on fire in the middle of the Atlantic.
The specialist role features members from different backgrounds, including submarine escape and rescue instructors, who are submariners, and other branches of the Royal Navy. They took to the air in a Hercules. This one is 15 foot smaller than the larger option, which is easier for the aircrew to negotiate the tighter turns around the Bay of Gibraltar. The Rock is a key location in this exercise due to the proximity of the airfield to the water. As it's closer, the crew can perform more jumps without the added commuting time back to the airbase. Each parachutist jumps with a 40-kilogram Bergen on their back, something which takes no additional training other than your normal PT, involving circuits, weights and running. The crew jump 3 seconds apart into the med, and when they're safely down, Gib Squadron assists the exercise by bringing them away from the DZ, or drop zone, before the next set leave the aircraft. And with the last of the group safely down, it's back to RAF Gibraltar, touching down on the 1,680-metre runway, where the crew await for the SPAG to return ashore before taking to the air and water again. For Forces TV, I'm Dan Judson on Exercise Gib Splash in Gibraltar.